Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Yes, there might be some strangeness going on in today's stream because I just changed one of the settings and it could be disastrous for the stream. But we'll find that out later when we do have some events that come in. I just need to make sure that first up, I hear them, you hear them. But it could be a situation where they all go out together and mess everything up and I get feedback in my ears and I go deaf and I might die. I don't know. Disaster can happen on the stream. Hope you guys are well. Yes, we're going to continue the low block challenge and I'm waiting to find out what's going to happen. Maybe I can test it myself and see what kind of a disaster it can be. You know, you never know, right? So I just make sure that the ear doesn't hurt so much. Okay. That might work. Yes, we're about to find out. I think I can test it out. Okay. Okay. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, it didn't. Bust my ear. Because lately I've not been hearing subs or people following and all that. I mean, I get occasionally the thing, but because I'm about to reset and redo everything because I plan to do some content on different platforms as well. Yeah, in large part inspired by my son who does TikTok dancing videos. Yeah, maybe I should show you what he looks like. I better not. I better get a wife's permission, ex-wife's permission, and of course his permission too. Apparently, he's got a large following. Yeah, he's got a large following. He's a dancer, baby. Yeah, I can find him on Instagram. I'm not a stalker. I don't stalk my kids. Maybe I should try. Maybe I don't want to wait. Okay, so I'll see if I can stalk him here. I'm a stalker now. Officially, I'm a stalker. Stalking my own son, putting him on YouTube and finding him on putting him on a YouTube channel. I don't even know whether I can log in using my computer. All right, I don't know what it's doing. Yeah. Let's hope I don't screw things up. Because I've never actually logged on Instagram from my own computer. Yeah, okay. The only problem is, right? The only problem is you can't really hear the music, can you? Yeah, you can't really hear the music. I wonder whether he's no, that's the other one. Oh, search. I found one of my sons. Now I'm looking for the other one. That's him. Okay. I think I have to mute it, right? Yeah. Okay, just check. Okay, what is? All right, want to see what I looked like when I was younger? I'll show you. Okay, this is gonna be funky, man. This is my gene pool. Okay. All right, so can I mute this? Yeah, okay, so let's see. Okay. All right, guys. Say hello to my son. This is the ones that don't want to play Football Manager. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to show you my son now, but apparently I'm in the middle of something. This is him. You can't hear the music, of course, because it's on Instagram, right? So I might get into trouble. I don't even know what song they're playing. This one he was performing in Korea. And let's see if I. Yeah, okay. That's what I used to look like last time when I was younger. Okay, this is he's not just a dancer. He's like full of other stuff as well. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. This basically, I think this guy is like, I don't know, he's in a lot of performances. So 20 plus years old. So it's okay. I think that he's got another channel as well. No? Yeah, the other channel, I don't know where it is. I have no idea where the other channel is. I'm still trying to find that other channel right now. Yeah. So it's been quite an interesting little journey for me to see. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hope you guys are well. Yes, we're gonna continue with the low block challenge. Yeah, baby. We're doing the low block challenge. You know what I mean? It's all about playing tactics. I mean, one could argue we are playing them defensively, but come on, man, there's a way to set it up. Now, I'm not going to go in and create tactics with which score lots of goals from corners. I'm sure all of you know how to do that, right? I don't know. I just don't, because it's not fun to see my central defender score 30 goals a season and outscore my striker sometimes. So I decided no. Furthermore, if I get like a central defender scoring really early in games, that can be an issue, because then the things just change, right? Don't they? Because the expectations change. So here we are. We're going to be using our West Ham. We will be using. Interestingly enough, Eintracht Frankfurt now doing really well in terms of money. I think they made they're a fantastic club. No, they're making a lot of money. But question is whether Isak is actually going to be coming to Liverpool. Okay, like I've said before, people have said if you sign Isak, what about Ekitike? I want to be very. My impression of Ekitike is while he's a good player, there's more potential in him, right? So this is a player that can, in the future be a really good powerhouse, but he's still got some ways to go. And I think that he's there, but he loves running onto players and all that. But on and out, number 9, no, I don't think he is that phenomenal yet. Okay, so for Liverpool, you're gonna play for Liverpool, you gotta be like phenomenal up top. So I think that there's a strong possibility they'll play him out wide and then sign Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, and Salah as the front four. And then we got the Chelsea wonderkid Rio Numoha, who is, I've seen his I saw what he did against Yokohama Marinos, and I was pretty impressed with his drive and ambition. He did score 2 goals on a recent tour, right? And then we got Cody Gakpo, who's mostly going to be starting. So there is like kind of the balance in the team already, man. So I don't think that they're not going to sign Alexander Isak. I'm pretty, but the thing is, the problem with Alexander Isak is Newcastle lose Alexander Isak, they lose a striker, big striker for themselves. So Benjamin Sesko was their target to replace him, but Sesko might be going to another club. But rumor has it, apparently Manchester United are interested in him. And so far, Manchester United have been interested in a lot of players that have come to Liverpool and other clubs. Okay, the most prolific team right now, I think, in terms of adding players to the squad is Chelsea. Jorel Hato going to Chelsea is a huge signing. I think that's a fantastic young player that's gone there. I was hoping he'd come to Liverpool, but Liverpool like to sign core positions. They're looking at someone to start. We already got Konate, we already got Virgil van Dijk, right? So I was kind of surprised that they didn't sign Jorel Hato. I was pretty surprised, but then they might have been looking for somebody who can play on the right side too as a right fullback. So I know we have got Frimpong there, but there's something to be said about Mr. What's his name? Arne Slot and versatility. Why do I hate centre back scoring goals? Ask Kimoni Kim. I won't say I hate them scoring goals. I don't mind the centre back scoring like 10, 15 goals a season, but the moment they start scoring 30 goals, I have a problem. Okay. Yeah, even my tactics right now, okay, I mean, I don't really go out. In fact, I've kind of blinded myself to how they score goals. I got attack near post, lurk near post, attack near post, I mean, we can actually, the one thing here is going to be go forward now. But I left it like this. No biggie. Attack ball from each other, attack far post. I got one here, and that's about it now. Stay back if you need it. Otherwise, you look outside the area. That's my near post routine. I mean, I will attack near post, but I also like attacking far post. I like far post more than near post. Okay, so we're gonna do this low block tactics, right? We're gonna carry on with a low block. What this is a copy of this is the low block we go with. All right, so our low block is a target for advanced forward, two wingers, DLP, Volante. I don't know if you change this low block, but we kind of settle on the magic formula already, right? For all low blocks. So basically, back fives, you want to play with much higher defensive line. That's the meta you want to aim for. All right. Back fives, you want to add counter press. That's a meta. It's definitely a meta for this setup because when they're attacking, generally you'll have like very good defensive exposure. You got these three at least, right, at the back. So you got three defenders. So you don't really need these guys to hustle back. Otherwise, you wear them down. Two, very simply, is play counter press. So that since they're attacking, might as well try and win the ball back. You got rapid, got a lot of players for the counter. Tactics like this, here, they're already here, right? But adequate coverage on all sides of the pitch. So regroup just brings them back a bit more. So it's solid. So you got regroup is a better shape than counter press. Because if counter press, they step up, you expose this, the gap is very far. So these guys can get pulled out of position. That's why we don't counter press with a 4-2-4 low block. So if you want to play a low block, right? So the rule of thumb is this. So basically the meta, we've been playing this for a while already, right? So we kind of discovered what the meta is. The meta is really simple. When I say a meta, means in my book, a meta for me is best practice. Okay. So like the meta for Football Manager is always going to be physical attributes to your players, right? Because that's a meta. It's been a meta since 1998. Since we played the game. So there's no news there. No, it's not like I discovered the meta. Oh my god, this thing has been there since 19. Nothing has changed. Right? It's still the same. But when it comes to defensive football, it has changed. Because defensive football wasn't very possible in the early editions of Championship Manager and Football Manager. Because the more you try to defend, the worse things got. So now, what we have here, I think I'm falling sick again. So now the rule of thumb is very simple. The basic setups of all low block systems. One, playing a back four with wingers and wingbacks, regroup, counter. If you're playing like a tactic which has got a back five, only for back fives, back fours you can go regroup. Okay, any tactic which is like a back five, you want to play counter press. So if you look at all the tactics we created quite a number. So we're going to run through every tactic now because there's a lot of tactics that we created. But there's one which is an experimental one. This low block, special with focus, that's experimental. So we're not going to ignore it. So low block 4-1-2-2-1. It's one of the first few that we made. Counter. But the reason, because it's still top heavy, we let decision making be done by the team itself. So counter press, we leave it to them because it's already on cautious mentality, it's quite low. So got fullback will support play. We got focus play on the left. You always want a creative player, so you can unlock this. Low block tactic, very nice. 3. You can even push these 3 up, DLF, and you get a low block. Basically a very annoying low block because then you have 3 strikers. So you go target for. We will try that at some point during today's stream. We're going to create the ridiculous low blocks, which is like very Wimbledon style. Players are sitting back and then they're just pumping balls. We got high defensive line. Very simple. Why is there a high defensive line in every single low block? Low block cannot be played on anything lower than standard defensive line if you want to score goals. Meaning you want support for midfield. Because the moment you go low defensive line, your fullbacks, your back line doesn't really support midfield anymore. They are concentrating on keeping close to goal. So you open yourself up to long shots. There's a lot of risk involved. So if you want to play that kind of park the bus, then you're looking at that. But then don't come to me and say, I want to try and win because you're just basically parking the bus. So what do you expect? Better teams are always going to try and, kick your ass. The thing here is also very important. If you don't have a team that can defend against crosses and headers, please, by all means, let's just put it into perspective, okay? If you have a team that cannot hit the ball and you want to play low block, stop playing Football Manager and go play something else because it absolutely makes no sense. If you're going to sit back and defend low blocks with a team of Muppets who can't jump, you're going to lose, because in a low block setup, they are attacking you. Please don't go there and hope they don't attack you. And please don't add hold shape. In a low block, you hold shape, you're basically holding shape in your own half. A bit sad, right? So, you win the ball back. Because you win the ball in your half, and then you start your whole shape there, and then you start moving into the opponent's third. Right, you got a higher defensive line, but then, you're playing direct, and then you start messing with all kinds of other setups. I want to do short passing, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then that becomes like, oh my goodness, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. So, it's important to remember that. Okay, so we got counters, some tactics are like that. Okay, so what else did we do in the last couple of days? I'm just doing a quick recap for anybody who hasn't been here now, okay? Roles. Okay, the low block roles, clear favorites. There are some very strong, like lock-in favorites for all low block tactics. High on the list is your strike force, target forward, advance forward. Okay, these two, high. This is like the best roles. Second best role is going to be your no-nonsense central defender. That's the second one. So that's also a fantastic role. So these are the three primo roles in a low block. Why? The no-nonsense central defender just hooves the ball up. The target forward and the advance forward are both focal points for attacks. So that's it. And then the rest of the stuff is not like you won't get into trouble if you get it wrong. Or you will get into trouble if you choose roles like Trequartista, F9 in a low block. Because those roles, F9, Trequartista, Poacher, they are link roles. So they wait for others to come. Right? They're very risky. You set that up and you don't have support coming up, right? Because your backline is so far back. So if you go and play those roles, chances are you're going to lose the ball and you're in trouble. So if you're a weak team, you are playing high defensive line, high block or mid block. Okay? You're not playing low block. So you don't even think about playing a low block. A low block is good for teams that already have some defenders. If you're Everton, you can play a low block. If you're West Ham, you can play a low block. As long as you're players who can win the header, you can play the low block. So focus, look at your defenders first. Can they win headers? Okay, they can win headers. Okay, I can try a low block. That's as simple as it gets. Your strikers, do you have a target forward or somebody space you can get behind defenders? You got, okay, go out there and try. Last time I used to use fullbacks and wingbacks on defense for this. This has been a low block I've been using, FYI, since FM18. FM18. I've been using this as a low block tactic, and it has worked every single edition of Football Manager. It even worked for me in PvP, especially in PvP. It's very strong in PvP. Okay, so I use this in PvP a lot of times, and most of my friends, I haven't played PvP this year. I'm talking about last year. Okay, then we got the low block 4-2-3-1. This is a bit more iffy, but what happens with this kind of a low block, in this kind of a low block setup for a 4-2-3-1, you essentially kick and forget. Okay, you go winger, inside forward, AP, and advance forward. This is much more better than a target forward. You don't want to play target forward in this, because if you play target forward, holds out the ball, drops big, you're in trouble. You don't got AP. So what you do is you kick and hope. So in this role can also be NCB. But you're playing a much higher defensive line, because now you want these guys to be higher up the pitch. So you get a 2-4-4, right? So you get like a 2-4-3-1. So your low block is actually quite interesting in the transitional part of attack. Now, some of my low blocks actually have play out defense. There's a reason why, because if I am using this tactic, it means I'm very confident with these guys. I know that they can play out the back. That's why I do this, because you are drawing the opposition onto you, and then you're hitting them down the line. So a lot of these teams might want to sit back. So I draw them and I hope that we can counter. So this is a different low block. Then what else we got? We got a low block 4-2-4. That one we've seen. Low block 4-4-1-1. This was funny. This was nice. Distribute to flanks, because we got two players here. Every time I got this kind of setup, like a 4-4-2 like this, right? We do that. Hello again, jumping before Spurs versus Arsenal game. It's playing tonight. It's the friendly, right? Or was it? Yeah, it should be a friendly, right? Yeah. I might. What time is the game? Oh man, my stream might end early. I want to watch that too. Slightly more, and it's just like, yes, this is why we have play our defense. We can knock it behind, and then we got these two target forwards. Again, counter regroup, because that makes sense, right? So it's a lot of the time when you want to choose counter press or counter regroup, right? This is defend first priority, and we can cross on both sides. So we got winger, DLP, DM. No, I mean the PIs are not. All my low blocks have no PIs, so I don't put PIs there. 442. This is a 442 with a DM, and I like this target for. This is a very creative 442 because we're gonna look at creating from both sides and go. In fact, here is just an NCB to a poacher. In fact, this one should actually be advanced forward. Okay, sorry, yeah. Should be poacher. I should change this. Low block 442 shouldn't use this. Yeah, it should be target for a poacher. Never use poacher. I made a mistake with this one. Low block less often. And then invite crosses. Invite crosses is very situational because you're going to go narrow. If you don't get narrow, just remove this. It's perfect. And again, we're using a low block here, and your choice of defensive line is up to you. Here, I set it as standard. Now, standard is pretty okay, especially because I'm using a balanced mentality for this. If it's cautious, it'll go higher. Then we got a 442 flat, one of my favorite 442s as well. This is a low block as well, except here we got a much higher defensive line because there's a gap here, right? So what I want is this fullback to get involved in attacking plays. It's got ball winning midfielder. So the moment we use a ball winning midfielder, it means I'm playing higher up the pitch. So that's all, much higher defensive line. Okay. Then we have the next 442 low block. This is work in progress. So we got 48221. This is another favorite low block of mine. This is actually a very effective low block. Second to the 4132, my favorite low blocks, 4132, this and the 424. Those are my favorite low blocks right now. So Shadow Striker, Shadow Attack. This is a 3-prong attack. So you really need good players for this because you are just using the wing backs. Again, there's no PIs and white center back, ball playing defender on cover. Please do not use step up more when you have a back three. Yeah? Okay. All right, so these are the tactics. But what we want to do is go to this one and play something different. We're going to create a flat 4-3-3. Okay, so first up, we're going to go straight in here and go target forward, target forward, target forward. Okay, target forward, attack, target forward, and target forward. So no, this side, target forward, support. Okay, so target forward, support, target forward. In fact, we can go target forward, advance. So let's do the, let's make it a bit more interesting. Target forward, so look at this. It's like a straight line. Do you know why it's a straight line? Because we got focus plate on the left. Okay, that's why. All right, so we got Kudus. They want to play. I don't think we have enough players for this kind of tactic. Okay, we got Muriki. We target for Antonio and Bowen. Antonio is terrible at finding the back of the net now. Got Beho. Oh man, come on. Are you injured again? We just signed him. Apparently the first game got him. We got Danny Ings. We'll play Danny Ings somewhere here, I guess. Okay, then we'll do it this way. Put Antonio here because he's the worst of the three. Okay, then we got no. Actually, we can play Kudus here. Let me take out this guy and put in somebody else. Do we have an MC here we can play? We don't. We got Jared Bowen, I guess. Okay, we'll just stick Jared. No, Jared Bowen, Mazala maybe. We'll put him here. I don't know. We don't have enough good players in this team. The others all got injured. Apparently, they don't like me anymore. They decided to get injured together. Oh, Nowosu, too young. Fabianski, Mavropanos, Ben Johnson, Anang. Times are bad. We have two goalkeepers on the bench and we still have space. So, let's do this. Man, we are beggars, I tell you. Again, it does something like this. Okay, we got what is this? Calvin Phillips. Oh my God. He squeezed his way. Now we got no choice. We're going to play Calvin Phillips. I put him here. He's basically useless. I got Susek. Okay, guess what? Calvin Phillips, you're quickly not becoming a person I want to use. Okay, so we got Kudus. Kudus will come here. And then we'll put Kudus. We'll play Kudus as the advance forward. Muruki as the other target forward. And Antonio, the useless, over here. Maybe you'll put Danny Ings. Okay, all right. Then we put... I think we'll just leave it like that. Yeah. What else can we do? Beho is injured. But man, today, we don't play Beho. So Luisao, the defender, Earthy. What a name. Okay, all right. We're now going to uncheck everything else because we got too many players now. All right, let's try this, okay? All right, so we got Mass, Car, DLP. Inside the ball is going to go... No. Now we put the BPD here. I put NCD here. You know why I'm doing it like that? Hoofs up towards the direction of players who don't care. We're just going to go running. Ogbona, who's the better player? Who's the better first touch? 12, okay. You? First touch, 11, shut up. Go here. Yeah, swap around, Zuma, you play that. All right, let's see if this works, okay? Can we use white playmaker and white midfielder for 5-1 tactic? White playmaker. No, I wouldn't do that. Your tactic is too one-dimensional. Very dangerous. I mean, you can try it, but it's basically a focus play tactic, which has only got 2 players attacking. Yeah, so it's a bit risky. Chico, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. So I probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, you can try, but in my head, it's like a bit risky.
Hi, how are you?
All right, we got our boy Sean Watt Prowse, right, playing. So this is going to be a very interesting. We might lose, but this is how we find out, right? Okay, we have a defensive line. I gotta make sure I got the right defensive line, because the thing is that the defensive line defines how high up the pitch we get support. So how important is support in this tactic? It's quite important. We need these guys to come up. Counter press, not my friend. No, I got 1, 2, 3. I'll let them decide, but I push it to balance just to slightly more direction. Play our defense. These guys will carry the ball. These guys will carry. We'll see first. Although my head says this is stupid. Okay, listen to my head. We'll listen to the head. Okay, and then we watch it on comprehensive. Then we'll know how stupid we are. Look, I'm just trying stuff out, You never know. Things might come together. Come together now. Kufal is coming in, and Kufal again. That's the fullbacks, That's the thing about playing on a much higher defense. I want to see something. I want to change my angle, because I might have to do. I want to. Is that angle? I think it's the only one is sideline, right? Sideline, 2D classic, TV behind goal, vertical scroll. I might have to change my angles, because I need to find an angle which sees the ball in the center most of the time. Like, I need the ball to be in the center. So we got Phillips now, goes to Sean Watt Prowse. Nice. Out to Danny Ings. Does brilliantly. Look at the way they move, man. Look at Kudus. He's alone, he's offside. Okay. Looking decent. Tempo could be very high. We might have to drop that. Kufal to Kudus again. Goes back to Zuma. Susek. Place it to Sean Watt Prowse. He's the Mazala. We got focus play on the right. Killix, and we get the first shot. Alright, we are already okay, so we are playing a higher defensive line, but the back line seems quite secure. Kudus out to Phillips again. Phillips plays the idiot that he is always. That's why we put him into the youth team. I really see, the back line is already back, right? So yeah, so we're okay. That wasn't threatening at all. We have to defend the corner. So we are using a okay, I'm going to drop it back to cautious, because the passing meters on cautious is longer than balance. Kudus, Ogbona. Kudus again shoots into the wall. We're not lowering tempo. We want tempo to be okay, I'm not going to put tempo maximum. That sends the ball up too fast. The fullbacks may not be in a position to support the Mazalas. Yeah, so let's go and check the tempo. That's the only thing I have to check now. Okay, this so far okay. Maybe I'll jack this up now to extremely direct. I want the passes to be longer, but yeah, because I need to figure it out, right? So what's the thing that my players can do? So if I see that after that change, I keep losing the ball too many times, if we don't link from defense to midfield to attack, then I'll change. So I'm looking for at least like 4 passes, only 4 to 5 passes. So we do it on comprehensive. I see this reset, the offside again, so that's good. Step up more can be our friend if we need to. Then we play much higher defensive line. We try and catch them offside as much as we can. I think that's something that we will be doing soon. Again, so far, looking at the backline. The backline seems good. Okay, so we don't have to do anything. We'll just watch. Does he get behind? Nope, seems fine. Okay, the boys are getting back. Okay, turn. Oh, that's too easy. Too easy. Easy that goal. Okay, I'm going to step up more. And we're going to do this now. All right, let's go even higher. This is not our friend. Confirm already, not our friend. Okay. All right. The other option is target forward, left and right, advance forward in the middle. Or target forward, all 3 target forwards. I like, I've done that before. The triple target forward setup. This is triple target forwards, right? So, yeah. Double target forwards, 1 advance forward. Goes there, Kudus, crosses the ball, and we get a header. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go target for attack, target for attack, target for attack. The triple target forwards, okay? Because target forwards do drop back, right? So, yeah, what's the problem? Just try. There's no such thing as you cannot. We done 3 liberos. Why can't we do 3 target forwards? Zuma or Emerson lost out. So that's wow. Is that your width? The width is fine. So far, we haven't. Okay, I'm not happy. We haven't created anything of note, and we have not prevented them from playing out. So this is not as good as the 4-1-2-2-1. This is not as good as the 4-1-2-2-1. The 4-1-2-2-1 forces their fullbacks out. Here we are very cross-heavy. So I'm looking at this tactic, I'm not impressed. We never created a single high-quality chance yet. Not one. So in terms of low block, this is not good. Yeah. The keeper seems to be... all the headers seem to be lame. Huh? You're wasting a play with a DM, man. No, I'm just gonna try, keep trying. Because the 4-1-2-2-1 is still solid. Yeah, I don't want to leave the gap. Because there's too many. I've got the fullbacks to go up, so I want to keep one zone very free. Phillips is a DM. I know we got no other DMs. Never mind, let him play. I got no other. It's not like the end of the world if a player is playing the wrong role. In Football Manager, you only get because he has the attributes and he can play in that position. See, I show you Football Manager is pretty predictable. You play him here, you see, he can play both positions. He can also play as a career role support. That's it. He's better as a ball-winning midfielder. That's all. Because he's got better attributes for a ball-winning midfielder. It doesn't mean he can't play as a career role. He can definitely play as a career role, but he's not as good. When I put him as a DM, it's worse. I put him here so many times, he screws up. Got more screw ups than any player I've used. Okay, I don't want. So I still think this was way better, but I still want to do the 3 combination. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stop it from being a what you call it? The guy goes in here and then helps to cross the ball kind of thing. So we're gonna try and see whether you can do like that. Susek. Very probably Phillips going up not so good. It's off the ball is only 11. It's saying off the ball is 14. Gets fell on our ball, arrives late. Okay. Now these guys have to come in here. But this guy now is worse. He cannot play. He's not gonna make himself available to play the pass. Because he's off the ball is so low. But he can play at the back, but then he can switch the ball later. But I already played him once. He conceded 2 goals. Their last game. Playing the same position, same role. Kudus, Sean Prowse. Sean Prowse doesn't have acceleration. That's the only problem. Kufal does well. Phillips, you see what I mean? Phillips is not that good. Maybe that's probably the reason why Man City never played him. No, but I don't know, maybe it's just the game. Phillips has such an outstanding first season with Leeds. Even I was so impressed. Because that was the game of 4-1, they beat us. Okay, now the transitions are better because we're not using Mazalas anymore. So, we're going to do both sides, focus, play left and right. Okay. This is slightly better. Because in the other one, we had the Mazala moving up and then with these 3 players in the pocket, attacking that pocket. So it's very strong. But this again, it was just depending on this guy. Sorry, the 2 jokers to pop balls into the area. Ben John, who the heck do we use? We use Aaron Cresswell then. So far, so good. The step up more is working. They can't get down the flanks. The center is almost the earlier they did get in because our defensive line was not high enough, right? Because they managed to pass us through. So the moment a much higher defensive line, they couldn't do it anymore. And I also added a step up more, so they couldn't just walk through us. So we can trigger the offside trap. So the DM position now I think is safe. Yeah, everything is now on the flanks. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see the center. So just now we got penetrated to the center, which is the reason why I'm playing the DM position. I want to see this. I want to see them go there most of the time. Block. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, exactly what I wanted to see. This is exactly I want to win the ball back. All right, so we got them winning the ball back exactly where they're supposed to. Now the question is, what do I need to do to release the ball earlier? We got pass into space direct in the tempo. Tempo now maximum. Okay, so we don't waste time. Okay, that's definitely a good sign. That's definitely a good sign. Okay. Yep, that's exactly the sign I was looking at. Susek is injured as well. At least the boys are trying. Kufal, yeah, I think this is the missing ingredient. The last one was the tempo. Yep. That was what I was missing. Okay. Alright, so now we got target forward, DLF. What the hell? Why am I got DLF? When did I put in DLF? I don't want DLF. Target forward on. Support, target forward and support. But then it becomes two creators. Okay, we go advanced forward, you break through. You come in here. You got target for an attack, you will definitely drop. And now you will definitely drop. Okay. These guys are gonna come here and here. These guys might occasionally drop here. I'm gonna have to save this. This is a trial. Low block. These are not my favorite ones. My favorite one is still the 4-2, 4-4-1-3-2, and the 4-4-2s. Those are my favorites. The 5 and the 5-2-2-1. Those are my favorites. But if the 4-1-3-2 can work, this one can work too. We can make this work, but it might take a bit more work. Got to do it without PIs because PIs make. I don't like using PIs. As you can see, we don't depend on chat pieces, John Watt Prowse. Still okay. I think it's much better. Although now Brighton are sitting back. I mean, on the face of it, I'm not too unhappy. But the problem is when you have that, it's like your XG is only going to happen when they attack you and you get inside like that. Yeah, that's how it's going to happen. So we got we did it. The setup is okay. Now we can try this in the second game. I had to tweak, and I finally got happy. So the other roles now is the other roles I can think of: ball winning midfielder, ball winning mid. Then what happens is they win the ball higher up the pitch because they will support the higher defensive line, but they anchor themselves. So the other two roles I want to consider is the two ball winning midfielder roles. So if I play two ball winning midfielders in midfield, right, then what will happen is the fullbacks get a lot of support. But the problem becomes who the hell is going to play the killer ball. That's the only problem now. Okay, so all right, that's okay. So we got one version of this tactic. So now we're gonna work on the other version. We lost, but we didn't. We learned something. As long as I learn something after I lose, I'm happy. Okay, so what was it? This one, right? 4-3-3. So we got this in the bank. So we're gonna use this. Where are we going? So Arsenal and Spurs have started. But didn't Spurs want to sign players like Iketike, Isaac, Laurie Words? I think this season a lot of the players that Spurs tried to sign got signed by other clubs. God, this will be a very good test. 4-2-4 versus this. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be fun, man. Sack is playing there. We got who else we're gonna do this again. I don't know who is gonna be playing. So quick pick. We got a few fellas here. Bayo is still not 100%. We got Ogbonna, Zuma, Creswell, Kufal, Susek, Bosno, Kudos, TF, Bowen, Rookie. Maybe running out of players. Okay, we'll have to put Michael Antonio here. This Kudus, put him here. Kudus, put him here. And then who have we got? Well, apparently, we don't have the services of Mr. What's his name again? We got no MC, you know, now. Oh. I mean, we got no MC. I told you, right? This team. And we are definitely not adding players to the squad. We only sign players. I think we have no choice but to play this guy in midfield. Yeah, he's a midfielder anyway. So Kudus comes here as a box-to-box midfielder. Hooray, Kudus! You got a new role, man. Jared Bowen will come up. Yes, yeah, that's it. Beggars can't be choosers. You can play Jared Bowen here, and then play Antonio here, and then Muriki in the center. Okay. Alright, let's go. I wonder whether Kudus can be a ball-winning midfielder, because that was my plan all along, right? That was my plan, no? But they got a 4-2-4. This will be fun. The 4-2-4 against this. If there's a tactic that can ram us with 4 or 5 goals, it's going to be the 4-2-4. No, this is the ultimate test, man. The 4-2-4 versus this. Did I change my defensive line? Is it set too much higher? Got step up more. Okay, we're playing the offside trap. Cressa with a very deep free kick. Okay. All right, so we got a low block. West Ham playing against Aston Villa. Aston Villa are home, and as I expected, they have got early scoring opportunity. Oh, nicely done. Okay, Luke Chambers. Okay. That is a defensive little mistake by Cresswell. Because Zuma, again, they go down the flanks. I expect this. Ward-Prowse read that brilliantly. Kudus brings it away with his lightning speed, finds Antonio. That's why we're using target force and attack. Bowen squares it. Oh, it's a goal. What a goal. What a goal from back to front. What a goal. Holy cow. That's why we're using target forwards. Left and right. And they're both on attack duty, so they'll definitely get into the box. So you need high work rate for target forwards. If I use like a DLF or a target forward support, they will drop. And then they'll link up, and they link up to another player running to the box. I don't want that. I want them to attack the box. So they are working it. So basically what we have is these 3 fellas, and then we got the box-to-box midfielders arriving late. The other option I have next is placing ball-winning midfielders. Nicely done. Okay, the support. That's why we have fullbacks on much higher defensive line. So they can do exactly that. Ward-Prowse. And then we got Kudus as an MC. He's playing as a box-to-box midfielder. So after losing the ball, he ended up there. Okay, all right. I can see how that is good. Kufal, Ward-Prowse. No, loses the ball, but we have enough presence in the final third to put pressure. Yeah. Because we left counter-pressing to them to decide. Oh, look at the chaos at the back, man, for Aston Villa. The 4-2-4 is struggling, no. But it is only struggling because so far we are fine. No? We're not making mistakes. But you see this? That was the first one. Concentration attribute must be very high for our team. Okay. So far it's not too bad, but I think we're still going to lose. Bowen, Bailey, Chambers shoots. Okay. So our goal came from them making a mistake. But you can see they are just attacking us. Which is, gonna happen. We in that block now. And we have 3 fellas, at least they're coming back to help. The low block, ball side, that target forward comes back to help. Work rate, bravery, aggression is going to be important for the 3 strikers. Because the outer strikers will come back and support in a low block. Okay, good. There we go. We got outlet in Kudus. Kudus, now the target forwards are going to get up. He's going to drop it to the box fullback. That's why we're playing much higher defensive line. But the movement of our front 3, the tempo is very high, so we have to depend on them a lot. So they have off the ball must be very good. They run the low block, they're dropping. These guys are gonna come in if we can defend. It's like, it's like United Nations will come and help a small nation if can hold off a big nation for a few days. Then the UN is supposed to come in. So that's our strikers, our UN task, our UN peacekeeping force. They're waiting for us to do a bit of nicely done. Oh man, I'm telling you, there is possibilities here. Okay, now I'm thinking, right? Both the defenders should be NCDs. They can both be NCDs, no? Oh, the layoff is pretty good. We are playing a DM because we don't want to take the risk in a low block of having a DLP there. That was actually a good move. DLP in a low block, he might try, I might want to try something like, pass the ball. Step up more did his trick there. Okay, here comes Douglas Lewis with free kick. If we are defending a lot. Okay, excuse me, this is a low block. Okay, so please don't come and tell me you're defending too much. Good header, Susek. Forcing the keeper into a save. We got another one. I think I don't know. I think we should go to extended. Too much. Okay, so far so good. Target forwards are playing well. We only got these two. Maybe I'll put Bowen as a guy in this way. Okay, so let Bowen be the main man. We got another strong target forward on that side. Moriki plays it out to Bowen. Bowen couldn't take it down. That's an AKTK problem. AKTK also has the same thing. He's okay lah. But I don't think he's a starting 9. I think he's got a way to go before he becomes like superstar number 9. Okay, defending another corner, 31 minutes in. We got a lucky goal, but so far since then we have had moments, but nothing to shout about. No? But defensively, we've done a really good job of keeping our catching the opposition offside most of the time. There we go. There was a play into space, but nobody ran in that direction. So as the ball comes down the middle, Antonio should make a move. His work rate is gone. The other striker came in. Okay, missed again. Offside again. That's another offside that we caught them in because we're playing that compressed block. So far, we've caught them offside many times. There we go. They run into our trigger press. Okay, Ogbona. A bit scary, the way we do. Okay, what Prowse with Moriki to Bowen. Come on. Bowen. What the hell? He tried to do it all on his own. No desire to link up with others. He tried to catch a player. Nice work from Cresswell. Much higher defensive line help. Again, Antonio, the target forward, comes back to help us defend. Ward-Prowse losing out. This is a goal. This is a goal. Defensive error from our back line. That's why I say concentration attribute is going to become important for our team. First touch concentration, all very important. We're lucky so far. But that's because this guy is now a tired warrior. The DM is no longer covering. I need him to be here, like this. Okay, so I'm going to look at the DM now to be an anchor. Okay, so he doesn't move so much. I want that central space to be locked down so that the gap, there's a player there that doesn't move. I want to force the AI to use the flanks only. So the anchor does want the best because he's going to keep himself relative to the two defenders as much as possible. But we got focus play, it's not going to help, of course. Okay. I'm going to remove the focus play as well. Because I don't want an anchor to move anymore. So only the two outer mid players will do that. Good block. Okay, come on. Get there. Bowen does his best, but then they do the dirty. Okay. Douglas Lewis. Okay, that's good. Susek, can we keep him? Prowse is okay, I know what to do. Prowse comes here now. Because Prowse has got acceleration 10, right? Maybe anchor, he doesn't get into trouble for that. Okay, good foul. Prowse. You see, Prowse header is quite terrible. Get there. Oh, now tired already, the players. Oh, woodwork. Can see the players are getting tired. Low block, Players get tired super fast. Okay, so far so good. Aston Villa have had some chances, but we done okay. Ollie Skulls. Can we play Mavropanos as a DM? He can. He can. He can. He's got passing, brings ball, defense, tries long range. Okay, Mavropanos come in for Susek. Then you go back up. Okay, I think that's the plan. Wait, I'm far from pleased. Seems to be a neutral thing to say. Okay, we got Ollie look at Ollie Watkins. He's trying to run through the whole team. Okay, where's my anchor? Okay, block, good. Offside again. Oh, I mean, the number of offsides we caught them in. I can't do none. Their two DMs so tired already. Our team's conditioning looks so much better than this. Okay, Mavropanos is here. I just want to make sure he doesn't go, crazy. Okay, that's what we call the hope in hit pass. That comes with direct passing and high tempo. Get there. Nice. Okay, all right, get back into position. See. I'm looking at him. I don't want him to venture too far out of the two DCs. Okay, there we go. Nice. That's what we want. That center we want to force them out wide. Nice. Cresswell. Inside the area. Come on, Cressy. Oh, it's a second goal. What a game we're playing, man. We took out focus play for a reason, so my anchor doesn't move when we have possession of the ball. In case we lose the ball, the anchor will not be away. Because I'm worried focus play. I took out focus play for that specific reason. Focus play is great for possession, right? But when you lose the ball, the DM is out of position. So I want him to stay locked in the center, or at least relative to the defense. It won't be very far from the two defenders. Yeah, so he's gone to him. Kudus cannot offside. That's offside. Don't celebrate. Come on, learn your offside traps, guys. Okay. It's a third. I don't believe it. We have bought the VAR referee, man. We bought the umpires. We have bought the umpires, man. There's no way that's onside. But then again, you never know, right? So far, it's worked well. Gonna watch the NLD. Okay, don't forget India and England. India are battling first. Oh God, I have to watch that. I have to watch India and England. Actually, when I was in England, right, I was like a bit like, oh man, I'm not gonna watch cricket. Next time I go to England, I'm watching cricket. But I want to go. If I go to watch cricket, I'm gonna let one of you know, no, because I want to go and watch cricket with somebody in England. Yeah, I want to watch the test match. I don't mind because watching test matches isn't about watching cricket, it's about drinking beer and chatting away with your friends. That's all people do with test matches. See, they're watching the test, is it? It's more like a social, like, hey, let's have a drink. Yeah, the house, he scored a goal. Yeah, I know, whatever, that kind of thing. I'm telling you. I was in Australia for some one-day internationals. One-day internationals is different. You end up watching a fair bit more. Because you don't want to miss out on some of the... Oh, nice. The transitions is good now. Much better. The anchor is giving us stability and we don't focus play so much. That's good. So we're not opening space. That's the downside about focus play. If you lose the ball, you open. So obviously we also took out the focus play. We turned the guy into anchor. The whole tactic changed, man. It's like anchor is just brilliant now. Because my goal was to make sure that the opposition only go via the flanks. I went to the MCG to watch. I prefer Isak or Rodrigo. Oh, guys, we are singing in the rain. Okay, that's it. Safe. I'm happy with this. I saw the transitions. I'm actually very happy with this. Low block 4-3-3. So we've done it. Okay, done. I'm happy. Got the seal of my approval. It's just nice. The transition is very nice because I want the fullbacks to be involved, but I don't want them to overcommit. And I want the anchorman in front of the two central defenders so that the AI is forced into crossing the ball all the time. So AI is going to go via the flanks to try and score goals instead of through the middle. So if it does go to the middle, then I'm hoping that my players mop it up and we get quick transitions. Yeah, that's it. And if they go down the flanks, we know our strikers will, if the boys are, they are able to get back in time, then the two target forwards actually come back and help us defend. So what do you need for this tactic to work? Your target forwards have stamina, work rate, and aggression. So look at them, 9.8 and 8. The two target forwards have playing well. They scored a goal, never mind, a consolation goal for Ollie Watkins. Let him have his consolation. Let him have his goal. One of our goals should have been called off for offside. Please, 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 let them have it. Apparently, we really bought the truck. We bought the truck. I like this. This is quite good. TF, TF, AF. So all you guys playing network games should use this tactic. Yeah, if you play a network game, I use this tactic. It's quite dirty. Because a 4-2-4 can get eaten by this tactic. But the question is, how are you going to set up? You're going to have to choose the right players. So you need aggression, work rate, stamina for your backline. Anchorman seems to be just nice. Because I notice a lot of players when they play Football Manager in draft mode and in online player all favor flank attacks. Like 4-2-4, go down the line attacks. And in this, you probably will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players who can win the ball in the air. Making your set pieces supremely strong if you set it up. Offside, I think. Come on, you're going to be offside again. After this, you're going to check how many offsides they had. They had a lot of offsides from this game. We caught them offside so many times. They have been offside 10 times in this game. I think more. There should be more. Kudos playing at Cresswell. Cresswell finds Antonio. Antonio is away, man. He's got Cresswell coming out to support. Lobs one. Right. Tried. Antonio no more legs. Antonio has got no more legs. If Antonio had legs, he would have gone after the ball again. So work rate, aggression, concentration, stamina. Okay. This tactic's prime attributes. Nice. You see that? This is why I like trigger press. You don't maximum trigger press. The guy is just there. No, he's got a higher defensive line. What a game, man. This is fantastic. Oh, this is a phenomenal. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. I like this tactic. It's not lucky, huh? If you look up, there was some element of luck, I agree, but we were able to put continual pressure on the opposition for this game, right? So if I'm looking at this again and looking at all the goals, compared to the one we just did, we went Mazzala. Mazzala was a big mistake with the focus play. I realized it during the transitions because we were opening ourselves too much. But here, you see how central we are? Bowen gets in, they made a mistake, they couldn't clear, and then this is before we changed to Anchorman, right? But we didn't do so. Now after I changed to Anchorman, I kept the Mavra Pono in the center. I think that was after, no, we only went Anchorman with Mavro Pono when I was on the pitch. Is he here? Yeah. So now Mavro Pono is like stacked, like, he's not far away from these two guys, right? So the goal is I didn't want him to be too far away from these two guys. Okay, and I took out the focus play because this is exactly where I want him to be, somewhere here, to block one of the defenders, and then when the ball is on this side, I'll be here. When the ball is here, he'll be here, right? So he's always going to be like, in a good position. Second goal was a bit lucky. I thought this one definitely the war truck should have blown. Then there was a set piece. They didn't clear. Mavra Ponos again back to Cresswell, and then we score. Muriki scoring from a corner. Yeah, nice. I like this. What a disastrous day for their Douglas Luiz. Their 4-2-4 got absolutely massacred by this tactic. We had a fantastic performance from Antonio, from Muriki, the two target forwards we chose in our tactics. So their Volante, the person who had the worst game was their Volante. So their Volante had to come back and defend all the time, right? Volante had a horrible game. And their striker had a horrible game too. Because the striker, right, every time a striker is always... See, one of the good things about playing I found of playing these high traps. We are playing a high trap, right? So is every time the striker gets offside, his ratings also drop. Now, looking at the number of offsides they had, how many offsides they have? Well, let me see. I think about 4 or 5. 11 offsides. They had 11 offsides, bro. Oh my god. At one point I was thinking they might have more. But see, passes from defense only 81%, which is quite low because we're playing a direct, right? Okay, this is okay. So looking at our tactic, we are loading the low block. Low block, was it? 4-3-3 DM. This is the one. So this is the final one that we created. The low block 4-3-3. Guys, this is fun, man. So, okay, the only thing I didn't know is whether I should turn this into... The reason why we play box is because this guy will end up here, this guy will end up here, right? So they become like a 3 and a 2. So when we do the counter press, they will counter press if they have the players there. So I don't play counter press or regroup. So I don't do that because I think it's dangerous. The other one would be ball winning midfield on support, but then the whole tactic will shift up. So I was thinking that might be a bit more riskier. But this anchor, we kept him and... okay. Okay, I'm happy. So how many low block tactics have we got now? This is the ultimate low block collection. So maybe I'll delete. I don't think this one qualifies. So we take it out. So we delete this one. It's not good enough. Okay, and then this one. We don't have garbage tactics inside here. Okay, so low block trial taken out. So we delete that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, we created 9 low block tactics. There's only one left. The 5-2-3 wide. There's the only one left. Now, if I can make 10, I'll be happy. So we got a 3. Where have we got 3, 4? We got 5-2-2-1. So we're gonna make one more. Okay. I think I did do it, and I say it wasn't good enough, right? So my head is telling me there must be one other option. I know we have to have a 3-way attack. So we're going to have advance forward, winger attack. The only problem with this is this space here. Remember I went inverted wing back with this tactic and I wasn't happy as well? Okay, I know what I can do. The one only tactic now which has this. Okay, gonna do that. Alright, now we got DM. We're gonna do a double DM combination. I always like double DM combinations when I'm not sure. Whenever I'm not sure, I go double DM. It's like my go-to all the time. Okay, so counter press. I'm gonna uncheck this as well. We're not gonna play our defense. We're gonna go maximum tempo again. I'm not gonna focus play for a start. Just want to see how this tactic plays out. That's what I normally do. Like, when I make a tactic, right? I don't wanna go all the way. So much high defensive line, I'm gonna leave it first. Let's go for the extreme first, and then work our way down from there. That's how I play. Do the worst things first, and then see whether I got mistakes. Low block, I fire in the back. No, never do that. Never do that. Why would you have 5 in the back? You play 5 in the back, then where you gonna put the other players? Because you gotta get attacked, no. So where's your midfielders gonna be? You want the fullbacks to run up the pitch. They drop back too far. I think they're optimum setups. The idea is to control space. So you see, there is a reason why we're playing much higher defensive line. We want support from our back line to support the midfield. But we want to drop back very deep. This is just nice. We control. So they come there, they get pulled out of position. I mean, they will have to navigate past these two. Or if we play the fullbacks here, they will have the space to come in. Because of the low block, they can attack this way in front of your area. That is why I prefer this setup. Back fives, flat back fives, no lah. We don't create weird setups. That's a weird setup. Okay, we got Bowen at wings and this guy, and then we got wing back coming this way and this way. We got two DMs, we got two white center backs. So only thing this white center back, I'm toying the idea of turning them on attack. Okay, so we're gonna get them on attack, so they will come up as well. I'm just gonna try something very, very ridiculous first. Okay, so we go white center back on support. White center back on support. So they will come this way. These guys are going this way. So these guys are gonna come here. This guy's going to be here, right? These guys are going to lock themselves. So we basically have we got a very high five. They're high-fiving with the opposition. Will this work? I have absolutely no clue. Okay, now we got Bowen. I like him. Ings, so we're not playing him. We got Beho. And then we can play Kudus. No, we can play Kudus. Kudus. Muriki. All right, Muriki, Bowen, Kudus. Why Scales? Susek. No, we'll play Susek. We got Cresswell. Oh man, this is a lot of players we don't need. Okay, we got to play a right back. Kufal. Zuma, Mavropanos, Aguet, Luisao. Okay, not that good. Aguet. Okay. Agbona. Alright. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's see how this does. Okay, this is probably the last low block tactic. 10 already. 10 low block tactics. Oh, now interesting. We end up playing against another team playing the same tactic. Okay. Right with defense. Okay. Distribute. I don't know. First rule of football, Lalje, what they teach you? I get scolded for all the time. So I got benched a lot of times when I was a kid. One time my coach scolded me because I dribbled the ball from defense, from fullback's position all the way to the winger's position, went past the winger and then go into the opposite end of the pitch. Because that was a different sport. I was playing hockey. Got scolded. Hockey is a pass and move game, right? But I'm so influenced. I'm Indian. What do you expect? We are Indians. Indians dribble. Those days, Indians were known for their stick work. So I used to dribble a lot. Flick, dribble, go around players. Because I've been playing, I played hockey ever since I was I had a cricket bat put in my hands when I was 6. I had a hockey stick put in my hands when I was 7. I come from I had a very crazy grandfather. I'm not very crazy, very encouraging. I remember I got a birthday present was a cricket bat, man. Can you imagine that or not? I was like, what the... And the only person who, nobody in my family, I was like cricket crazy when I was a kid. But I come from a hockey crazy family. Kudos in again. Wow, that would have been phenomenal. Okay, not bad. We are on top of the opposition. Can we work ball into box? Can you imagine I play low block, I work ball into box? It's like almost like, why are you doing that? So far, so good, huh? Okay, all right. Now we can see how we play defensively. Yeah, so far they're forced into... The idea is they have to cross the ball. Huh? Okay, so we don't want them to come through the middle. Goalkeeper kicks the ball. We win the ball shot one process options. Bowen, nice. And we lose the ball, but we got support in the form of the wing on attack. Who loses the ball to? I know, Nuri. Then he's gonna run because he's got like the whole low block. Right? Yeah, Kunya, idiot. You're supposed to be supposed to show your skill. Or good ball to Neto. Or what a goal. Kunya is offside. Come on, he must be offside. Hey, now they bought the truck. The only tactic I'm a bit wary of is this. All right, let's try something. We may pop in white center back. Could it be the support coming on this guy? Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We don't do it now. We just leave it first. Because so far just now was okay. It was it's these two now I'm paying attention to. Where's the gaps coming from? What Prowse came all the way back. Goes to Bowen. Looking up here, these two wing backs. The wing backs are fine. Okay, brings the ball forward. Okay, that encourages the run from the other players, which is good. Okay, Kufal crosses the ball, and we got okay, all right, okay, I see elements here. Not fantastic, but Zuma Bowen does well, finds Kudus. Kudus is playing as a winger, tries to get around the player. I have run a defense. I think I need to take it out. No, I don't. See, okay, so it's not right defense causing the problems. All right, okay, so now what we're gonna do is you're gonna take you and remove this, take you, turn it into inside for attack. Take you, turn it into inside for attack. Okay. Then for once in our glorious moon, we overlap. No, underlap. Okay. All right, let's go. Widest player now holds out the ball looking for inside run. Wing back will be the widest player. So who's he going to pass the ball to the two inside forwards? Low block with an underlap. But if we don't do well, we're not creating chances. This tactic is going to be in the bin. Then we're going to call it and say these are the best, the 9. I'm not going to... After a while, it becomes a case of trying to... yeah, it's not good enough. Yeah, around. Yeah, we're just trying to beat our head against the wall, stubbornly trying to get a new low block system. No, that's it. I think the 9 that we have should be fine. Covers the majority of tactics. The best ones are so far the 4. Now the ranking, we're gonna rank them. The top 3 and the rest. Okay, so we're gonna give them numbers. So I'll give them numbers as the top 3. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there'll be rankings, with rankings. So the number 1 rank, the number 2 rank, the number 3 rank, the number 4 rank. So they'll all be my favorites. The ones that had the best have some strength in them. Okay, the strength, the 5-2-2-1 was phenomenal, right? Because it literally shuts off any team which has got double DMs. That one, game set match. Then the second one that we had, which was really good, was the 4-1-3-2. The 4-1-3-2 is just absolutely sensational against single DM tactics. Okay. Then we had the 4-3-3 DM, which was absolutely scintillating against a 4-2-4. So yeah, very nice. I liked it. This has potential, but it's like it doesn't really put a lot of pressure at some part of the pitch. It's like it's got some pressure everywhere, but not enough consolidates in one area and says you shall not pass. That's the problem with this shape. Because they're passing everywhere. I see them passing through our team. And back fives they don't have the benefit of the offside trap. So we can't squeeze the shape and then encourage them to go over. No. So yeah. So this is just forget it. Pin this. This is never happening. Okay. Let's just hope for something. Let's swap tactics. This is not gonna work. These poor guys are just gonna die. Let's go 5-2-2-1 now. Okay. Give them some chance. Yeah, it's over. The other one cannot. But the 5-2-2-1 cannot be played against this formation also because this is a back 5, right? But at least this one, the one that has, the strength is the DM-based systems are going to struggle. And we get 1 goal. Immediately after changing the tactic, we score a goal. Because it's gonna put pressure on their center. So those two DMs always have to come back and defend. So they are playing a double DM, you see. So there are they are doing this double DM, right? So both the DMs have to come back. And the more I see a volante means we put pressure. This will put pressure on the volante. The volante will start having a good game. And on the ball winning midfielder is a yellow card. So what do we do? Run at this defense, man, like this. Yeah, run, pass into space, jack the tempo up. Let's go, baby. Let's not waste time. A ball winning midfielder is not tackling anyone. So come on, let's go. They get one more yellow card. We're home free, man. Uh-oh. Good stay from Areola. So some tactics, brilliant. Some tactics, suicidal football, right? So that one we've proven already. So make substitution, I think we take out Bowen. They can bring Calvin Phillips on for one of these jokers. Yeah, that guy is not having a good. We can bring this guy on for. Jared Bowen is just not playing well anymore. He's just, I want to go home and sleep. That's what Jared Bowen is going through at the moment. Who is Ben Johnson? With a name like that, you better be playing. You might be the fastest man on the planet. Vladimir Kufal. Okay. All right, let's go. Some subs say, hope. Can we get a third goal? We got Kudus, Boriki, and Bayo. I mean, we played better after the change, but I don't think we have enough time. Oh, we got a corner. Crespo with a corner. Hard luck. We can't get the all-important one. Wait, we never know. Yeah, we want the header. Bayo now with the ball. He's got options. Shucks. I thought he was gonna do it, man. Totti. Oh. Jose Sa with the ball. He's trying to wind down the clock. Again, the pressure is coming. He's forced. Kudus wins the ball back. Obona. Come on, Mavro. You can do your magic to Phillips. Phillips! To Ben Johnson, the fastest man on the planet. Come on. Yeah, baby. It's Ben Johnson and the cross. We came back from 2-0 down with a change in the tactic. You better be on side because I went through a lot of effort for that cheer. Yeah, baby. 2-0 down. We took out the other. I'm telling you, back five systems, this stands out as the best low block system. I rate this low block very highly. It should play well against any and most tactics. I think even the 4-2-4 will do really strong against. In fact, against a 4-2-4, it might destroy it. This is rank. I rank this very, very high. Okay, so this one is gone. Okay, let's just kill it. Okay, so now we're gonna do the ranking. Okay, low block. Okay, so I don't have to do it from here, right? So I just have to go into the game, or the game, come in here, and I can rank it from there. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do it this way. Hope I don't mess up the whole folder structure and the game crashes on me. It potentially can. I've had the game crash on me before. When I was about to do something like this. So we go to FM24, we go to Discord, we go to tactics, and then we go to show related, we go to the low block collection. Okay, we got the low block because we're gonna have tag and FMF, right? So can only change the FMF files. Okay, so modified dates. Low block 433. This one ranked. No, we're gonna rank the top. I'm gonna decide the top two. The top two is definitely this one. And this is my favorite. So I'm not saying these are the best. I'm just saying that these are my favorites. Okay, so we rename this low block. Why? This is one of my favorite, all-time favorites now. One low block 5221. Okay, so ranking number 1 is this guy. Ranking number 2 will be this guy. 2 low block. Ranking number 3 will be this guy. 3 low block 424. And then this one we didn't play enough games for me to give it a rank. Okay. So I got my top 3 is now the low block 5221, the low block 4132, and the low block 424. So now what we're gonna do is gonna put them all here. Low block 5221 is here. So we're gonna load this tag now. Of course it won't show it, right? So I got to save the game, quit the game, and come back in again. That's how the game works, right? You rename the files. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bit of a slight problem. Load game, the low block save. I don't know whether I have to load the game or I have to quit the game. I think I must quit the game. Loading won't change it. Let's quit the game. Yeah, anyway, I have to quit the game. Quit the game and exit. See, there's a queue that we should start streaming right now. Go watch the cricket and the football. But then before we do that, we'll revisit the tactics and we'll go through them one more time. What's about that for a plan? Hey, do you guys like the idea of a low block stream? Because damn quiet, no, the chat today. There's some of you, I think all of you watching Arsenal play Spurs, right? Nobody's watching me. Nobody can be bothered with me. No? Some came, some left. And I've got an invitation to a new game. Not FM26. There's another company that does a football game and they invited me to try their game out. And they didn't, there's no like conditions. They said, want to try the game out? And I said, okay. I said, let's not talk about, I think they want to do a collab with me, but I'm like, dude, I just want to, I'll play the game now. You don't have to collab with me. And if you think the game, if I like it, you can collab. But if I don't like it, I've never played the game again. So I've just said that to them, bro. I'm going to say that to them. Serious. It's just so me because it's either I like your game or I don't like your game. If I don't like your game, there's no collab. Let's just be realistic, okay? I like to be honest with people. I don't like all this. It doesn't show the damn thing. Low block collection, show related. Maybe the folder was open. 5-channel attacks. Where's the low block connection? Tactics. I don't know. Today, the brain cells not working very well. Must be my age. Catching up with me. I'm such an old man right now. Greece. I see a lot of you guys, your names are inside here. What is wrong with me today? Tactics, Discord. Tactics. So related. There we go. Low block collection. Yeah, it doesn't show the numbers. That's a problem. 1, 2. Yeah, it has the numbers. It has the numbers beside the FMF. Okay, so if you see the FMF file, see number 3 low block. Yeah, it does that. I just realized it does. Because it won't show it anywhere else. See that? Number 3 low block. Then if you go down here, you got low block number 1. Then low block. So the first tactic is low block 5221. This is the first one. And then the second one I liked is ranking number 2. I have to click on all of them. Sure, I think it shows up only in the tag file. Number 2 is this guy. And the last one that we did, low block number 3, was I think the 424, right? Yeah, this one. This is the third one. So our favorites are. So now officially the 3 favorites. Because this, I had enough of the game. We did enough that we found. And we had a pretty decent. We did a 4-2-4. It did okay for some games. I lost these 2 games. It was Newcastle United, Arsenal. And then against Everton, we played a 0-0 with 5-2-1. They're okay. We lost a couple. I'm going to be outright. Some games you're going to win, some games you're going to lose. There's no denying it. Okay, this 5-2-3 is the one that we just played. But this 4-2-4 is the one that I used consistently. It outplays the 4-4-2. Yeah, the 5-2-2-1 is a great tactic against another back 5 system. The 4-1-3-2, I mean, for me, I like this because the 4-1-3-2 actually did quite well in quite a few games. We only played it once. It was a narrow 1-0 win over Bournemouth. 4-4-1-1. This we did this as well. This was okay. So I mean, a lot of these tactics, low blocks are just, they're always going to be risky tactics. You can't expect them to be very successful, but I'm hoping that the principles behind these low block tactics will give you guys a bit of a clue as to how to set them up. All right, guys, it's time for me to go watch some cricket, get ready for the evening's entertainment when it comes to sport. So I want to thank everybody for coming on today's stream. You guys have been absolutely sensational. We're going to keep this stream really short because this is the end of the low block series. We discovered the things that we needed to discover, and it was true. So in a low block, you really want to control a zone defensively. Offensively, there's no point controlling the zone because those three are just an outlet. So you really want to find some way, some place that you control. So there's a certain combination here that seems to work really well. So if you can have like a 4-1-3-2, like the tactic that you see beside me, that is great because it controls the center of the park, right? Makes it hard for teams to actually go through the middle. So it becomes a cross-heavy tactic, target forward and once forward. Then we have those tactics which have a DM in place. So you can play an anchor, you can play a DM. Some tactics are a bit better that way. And then we have the 5-2-2-1. The 5-2-2-1 is simple. The center is just a wall, very hard for you to pass through. So they will have a challenge there. So that's it. And plus the defensive lines to make low block systems work, and everything just went with that. So guys, thank you very much for coming to this stream. You guys been sensational. I want to catch up with you. I'll catch up with you guys next week. So I have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. I shall see you guys again very, very soon. You guys have a good